standard costs. Tyson?
Yeah, I actually have trouble finding those in problems. I mean,
Well,
I
there
know
are
the formula by heart, but I don't know what numbers.
Practice, practice, practice. And this section, on purpose, has more practice problems than any other section for this very reason. And so there's even questions, there's even practice problems that are really just multiple choice-ish, multiple choice size questions in there. And so please practice, practice, practice. And so and that's why conceptually, I'm trying to explain, you got actual number of units produced times some standard amount per unit. And it must be a quantity, not a dollar amount. So standard allowed for actual output, it will never have a dollar amount for that number. So I try to help as much as I can conceptually, but in the end, practice, 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 and that'll be helpful. There's quite a number of practice problems on the practice exam. Sarah, are there some cute signs over there? No? Brandon? Yes, they should be. Yes. Yeah, all the calculation ones. I mean, the written ones, I just give you the letter answer. But the calculational ones I should show you. If not, call me to task, send me an email. Okay? But they should be there. So far, so good? Let me ask this question. Direct materials. Where did my cards go? Where? Far side. There we are. Thank you. I feel kind of naked without them. Or, just uncomfortable, kind of like not having your watch, how that can make you feel uncomfortable. I mean, that's, I'm just... Oh, heavens. I'm just trying to be fair, right? Because I do flip through, and I don't want to ask Alex and only Alex questions. I want to ask everybody questions. So, Alex, direct materials, what's the name of the variance on the left? Price, what's the name of the variance on the right, Tyson?
Sorry.
What's the name of the variance on the right for direct materials? Can any of your friends here? Can any of your friends find one of the problems we did in class? Either one of those two words is the correct answer.
Quantity.
Quantity. Quantity, what's the other word that you can use that's a correct answer, Tony? Usage. Okay, so we got the price variance on the left, the quantity or the usage variance on the right. Can we always, Mr. Michael, calculate a grand total variance for direct materials? Can we always calculate a grand total variance? And you need to look at the third problem we did in class to find the answer to this. What is it? Was it cowboy boots? Cowboy boots.
No.
We cannot always calculate a grand total variance. Davis, do you know when we cannot calculate a grand total variance? When can we not calculate a grand total variance? Davis? That's so funny. Between the two of you, you can only find the correct answer in the other person's notes. When the quantity purchased is different than the quantity used. This is a very correct answer. That is when we cannot calculate a grand total variance. So when can you calculate a grand total variance? Jennifer? When can you calculate a grand total variance? When they're the same, when quantity purchased is equal to the quantity used, okay? So when we're calculating the price variance, Brandon, do we use the quantity purchased or the quantity used? Have you found your spot? No. Cowboy boots, what page?
220.
220. So we've established that when quantity purchased is not equal to the quantity used, we cannot calculate a grand total variance for direct materials. because that's what we've done. That's what we've done so far. And so my question to you was, when we calculate the direct materials price variance, the one on the left, do we use the quantity purchased or the quantity used when we're calculating the price variance? Purchased is correct. We kind of hang all the P's out together. Quantity, price variance, quantity purchased. Okay, that's how I remember it. Price variance, quantity purchased. So Mike, what quantity do we use when we calculate the quantity variance? Quantity used. And I specifically asked you the quantity variance, not the usage variance, because the usage variance makes it easier. If you remember, it's the usage variance, it's the quantity used is used to calculate the usage variance. Say that 3 times fast. So the quantity used is used to calculate the usage variance.
It's really just too confusing.
Is it? Matt, did you get that? Okay. Direct labor was the other one we had to calculate, right? What's the name of the variance on the left side? Rate. What's the name of the variance on the right side, Scott? Efficiency. Okay. Quantity here, because the letters underneath it, what are the letters underneath, Ashton, for the direct labor variance? What are the words, what goes on under here?
It's the same as the direct materials.
The same as the direct materials. So the quantity is most likely going to be what? Expressed in terms of what? If we're doing direct labor. It's going to be quantity of what?
Hours.
Hours. Direct labor hours. Exactly right. That's what I was fishing for. When we're doing materials, it could be what, Anthony? If we're calculating materials, we're going to have quantity of what? Direct materials, when we're calculating the direct materials variances. The quantity could be expressed, it won't be expressed in direct labor hours. Absolutely guaranteed, promise, written in stone. But what could it be? And that, I'm sorry? The quantity for the direct materials variances can be expressed in terms of what? Like here, this is DM. Like, in fact, she's got it labeled here.
Mm-hmm.
This AQ is in terms of what?
That's,
She's got it written right here. All you got to do is look right here, Anthony. Yards. That's what I was fishing for. So in this case, it was yards of cloth. But it can be, did we do another one where it was pounds or tons? Huh? Ounces. Ounces. But it can be pounds, it can be tons, it can be yards, it can be feet, it can be inches. It can be cubic, it could be volume, gallons. It can be any of those things it can be. And so you want to make sure that the quantity matches the price, right, or the cost. You want to make sure the quantity matches the cost. If the quantity is in ounces, what should the cost be? Cost per ounce, okay? So make sure those match. Questions, comments, concerns, random thoughts? What's the next thing we need to review then? Armando, what's the next thing we need to review? Cost of quality. There are, yes, ma'am.
Will there be any questions that have to do with the variable manufactured overhead and the fixed?
No, those are being saved for cost accounting for the next class. So that's something, you're not an accounting major, are you an accounting major? No, she's like, no way, Jose. But, you know, the accounting majors in the room, that gives them something to look forward to.
What did she ask?
She asked about variable overhead or fixed overhead. And no, you do not have to know those. Yes, sir.